looking for something better. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Is this what you want now? Or is it because you can't forget her? Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Welcome to She's Empowered Society's online course, 3 Simple Reasons You're Stuck Living an Unhappy Life. And what we like to call, and you'll often hear us refer to as, a happy mess. Girl, are you living a happy mess and you want to experience happiness? Well, if that is what you're looking for, then you are in the right place because She's Empowered Society is here to provide empowered experiences for the mind, body, and soul. For women that are ages 17 and older, this is a time that we want to collaborate and diversify our circle of people. We have to learn from each other. We have to empower each other. And that's what She's Empowered Society is all for. She's Empowered Society was created with a mission to empower women in all walks of life. We want to create a safe environment that uncomfortable conversations are not judged, but viewed as necessary for our growth as women. What can you expect from the She's Empowered Society? Well, we'll have discussions in 4 core categories of life: health and wellness, relationships, business, career development, and guess what? Even your spirituality. You will gain access to women who care about your mental journey. Educational tools and resources will also be available on our members resource tab. We are eventually going to expand to a membership society, and that will be announced soon. But this right now will give you time to see if the SES, the She's Empowered Society community, is for you. Our mission is to improve the well-being of women with uncomfortable conversations because we need to talk about these things. We need to know that some things are okay if they're not going perfect in our life. And if you clicked on this online course, then you obviously the order that the world makes you think it's supposed to be. So, are you stuck in a happy mess? Do any of the emojis reflect right now if you take a look at any of them? Do you find yourself sitting and wondering why you're not married? Why you don't have the career of your dreams? Why your business is growing slower than others? Why? Are you sitting and wondering why? I'm going to pause just to allow you a moment to ask yourself those questions. But if you belong to this group, that happy mess group, then we want you to stay tuned to this presentation to find out the top 3 reasons why you are stuck living a happy mess life. The number 1 reason is, guess what? You're surrounded by negative people. Yes, negative people. I know you don't understand that, and it's hard to recognize people because people put on so many different masks. As I'm recording this online course, we're currently living in our COVID-19 crisis, the pandemic, and everyone's wearing masks. But everyone's been wearing masks way before this crisis. Humans are social creatures. We all have various emotions that are attached to us. We can exhibit anger, fear, disgust, happiness, sadness, and surprise. They're all a part of being a human because we were meant to be around other people, which makes us social creatures. But, we also not only are social creatures, but we do thrive on the social interactions with other people. I mean, just ask yourself, have you ever woken up in a happy mood and you immediately get to work and someone's sad and you find yourself absorbing sad energy and you find yourself feeling down? We thrive on other people's interactions consciously and unconsciously. But, Sometimes, however, when we become too close to others and we invest in others more than we have done ourselves, we tend to want to overlook their negativity. We tend to give excuses as to why their actions or behaviors, cause us to feel a certain way. We start to say to ourselves, but they're our friends and I care about them. And, I know they only want what's best for me. But you have to sometimes stop and say to yourself, if you continue to stay around negative people, what will that end up eventually making you? Well, guess what? Not everyone's going to put your welfare over theirs, even though it may seem that way. And if you're like me, you were raised probably to think if you're nice to people, then people are going to be nice back to you. But that is not the world we live in, unfortunately. You may not notice it, but your friends may be pulling you down and they may be actually preventing you from achieving your dreams in life. This is why you have to look at the circle that you are in. If your circle is not diversified, you have to make sure that you start to diversify your tribe. If you've got friends like these, girl, then I'm telling you, it's time for you to pump it up, get that energy, and start saying your goodbyes ASAP. Unhappy people will try to bring you down, and they do it all the time. Because what's better than a big happy mess versus a small one? If I'm unhappy, then you unhappy, and now we have unhappy things to talk about. So understand unhappy people love to stay in their happiness and they will continue to drag you in it as long as you allow them to. But don't be a victim. You have control of how to go from a happy miss to a happiness life. Instead, you have to look for and surround yourself with positive people. Those positive people can definitely come from organizations that have a primary purpose of putting well-minded, empowered people together. You just have to break out of that shell. And as we get older, it's hard to go out and find new friends. It's hard to go out and say, hey, I'm lonely and I need new people to talk to. But you have to challenge yourself to open up your eyes, to invite new people. Now, every person you invite into your circle may not be there to stay. You have to learn to have discernment and look for the people that really make you feel good internally and externally. I want you to enjoy life. Your friends should enjoy life. You should see them doing positive things so that when you may feel down, you'll see them doing great things and it's going to help give you that reminder that, hey, they're in a happiness state of mind. So I can't afford to just stay in this happiness. Find a good, empowered circle. It's detrimental from you moving from a happy mess stage to a happiness stage. Now, number 2, this one's going to hit you a little hard, but I got to keep it real with you. You may not be willing to do the work to really go from a happy mess to happiness life. You may not be willing to do the work to go from a happy mess to a happiness life. Doing the work causes an uncomfortable time. It causes you to have to say, does this person really need to be in my circle anymore? How well does this person empower me? How well am I empowering this person? So this is where the work begins. But you've got to dream for yourself. You've got to know that if you achieve it, you're going to be happy. And you've got to understand that when you get those components, you'll finally feel free. You'll finally let go of the mess attached to being in a happy mess. And you'll finally learn to address and embrace the nest with happiness. The only problem, though, if you're not willing to put in the effort so that you can finally succeed, you'll be stuck. And that's why you're watching this course. Now, your dreams aren't going to be handed to you on a silver platter. We often hope that when we open this webinar or we open an ebook or we open a guide or when we have conversations with other people, they're going to be able to tell you the secret success and how you can get there. And all we've got to do is follow their blueprint. I'm sorry to remind you, your journey is your journey. Your journey will never look like someone else's because they'll never be able to fit your footprint. So understand, even if they're giving you something on a silver platter, it may not be meant for you. So have discernment when you're on your journey from making it from a happy miss to a happiness life. Now, you've got to go out there and put in the time. You cannot sit back and drink coffee and feel like the world owes you anything. The world owes you nothing. You owe the world. So, if you truly want to make a difference in your life, then you must go to work and leave that comfort zone behind. Number 3, and this is the last one. This is the third reason why you're stuck in a happy mess. You're a nitpicker and you criticize everything. Are you that one friend that when someone says, hey, girl, let's go out and have lunch? Oh, well, I don't think this is the right time. I don't have anything to wear. I don't really know if I'm in the mood. You cannot have that energy when you're trying to move from a happy mess to a happiness. Someone is exerting themselves and inviting you to something. Please don't be the one to criticize. Enjoy, get out and live. Don't have the magnifying glass that everything needs to be perfect for you to actually enjoy life. But if that's what you are, a nitpicker, then you must take steps to overcome that attitude. If you're nitpicking on yourself, then you're probably not going to get out of your self-contained prison. That's a prison of being in happy mess. How long are you going to be sentenced? How long are you going to serve? How long are you going to stay unhappy? You have to be self-aware and stop yourself every single time you start picking on yourself. Every time you feel that you can't go hang out with the girls because you may only have $5 in your pocket at that moment. But guess what? If you have enough to get where you're going, go and enjoy the priceless time and memories that you're going to build. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about the outfit. It's not about your hair. It's not about the environment of where you're going. It's your internal mood. You have to give yourself that reward that you deserve anything that's going to make you happy. Now, it's a vicious cycle, and you're never going to win unless you stop. I want to let you know that She's Empowered Society is here for you. Now, I'm not sure how you took this online course. I hope we did not hurt your feelings. That is definitely not our intentions. But we are going to keep it real. I want you to know that we are providing an ebook guide that's strictly motivated to helping you go from a happy mess to a happiness life. If you're interested in getting this guide, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. Please go and find us. Our private Facebook group is also under She's Empowered Society. And go and visit us at www.she'sempoweredsociety.com. This is Coach Mo, and I'm bringing you an empowered experience. Girl, taking you from happiness to happiness with these 3 life-saving tips.
Is this what you want now? Feels like you're looking for something.